What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another F124 League racing video. Today we are racing with CCRL and we are at Suzuka in Japan. A couple things to note here in quali. We did get an invalid lap our first lap around. We did get impeded in our second lap, so quali has not been our best friend today. We are going to try and at least put one valid lap down at least, so here we are. My delta time is not really going to matter much here in a few corners. As you're going to see, it's going to go up to almost, I think, 8-9 seconds. So we really don't have a baseline, and we are sitting in last at the moment. But we're going to keep pushing the car along and see what we can't put down for a quali lap. As you can see, as we finish Sector 1, we do put a purple Sector 1 down, so we're feeling pretty confident. Delta is just going to continue to climb into the hairpin. We do go a little bit deep here, so we might lose a tenth or two here in the hairpin, but we do get a fairly good exit coming out of the hairpin. And so far throughout this lap, the car has felt pretty solid. No loose ends or anything of that nature, especially not having a baseline lap. Sometimes that can be tough to continue to push the car along. Heading down the back straight here into the final few corners. We're now approaching the Sector 2 line, and for a brief moment it does pop up and we do post a purple Sector 2, so that is purple Sector 1 and Sector 2 so far. Let's see what we can do coming across the line here, going through the last chicane. Keep it nice and tidy, bring it in the inside, and we cross the line with a 129.3. At the moment, that was good enough to put us in P2, but we end up dropping to P6 through the end of quali. Heading into the strategy, I know there's probably not going to be a lot of people that start on the hard, so we are going to head on the hards and switch over to the mediums. And 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Kind of an interesting start here. The Haas starts to pinch us, so we end up almost pinching the Mercedes off track. But we are able to keep it tidy and keep it clean. Then we get a little too throttle happy, as we can see.
Ice skates.
You can hear me say. The hard tires are complete ice. Feels like we're on ice skates out there. So we are going to drop all the way into P16, and now we might as well cue the last to first challenge. If you just peek at the delta times quickly, you can see that we are going to try and waste absolutely zero time in trying to catch up back up to these cars. Heading into the hairpin, the Mercedes does go round, so we are going to make up one position. Looks like there was some contact with the Haas, so we are going to make up a position on the Haas as well and move into P14, all in the matter of the first lap. Kick goes wide. It's been quite the hectic first lap so far, but we are going to settle in P14 here. Heading over to lap 2, looks like there's some contact between the Aston and the Alpine, so we are going to make up another 2 positions here into the first corner. So now we are sitting in P12 and currently gaining on this kick in front of us. Going to try to make quick work of him. As you can see, we are almost babying the throttle around the track with him, so we are going to make a lunge up the inside and try to get this move done quickly. Heading over to lap 6, we have cut down our gap from 5.3, I believe, seconds down to just over a second, so hopefully we'll be gaining the DRS. Looks like we're going to run into some backmarker traffic here. And now we have moved into the DRS of the
Alpine. This track is so hard to pass at, though.
As you can hear me say, Suzuka is one of the tougher tracks to pass at unless you can do it on the main straight. But we are going to make a lunge up the inside here on the Alpine, and we are going to make the move stick. Honestly, the easiest places to pass here at Suzuka is if you have the DRS down the main straight. And
now we gotta let the ponies run free.
But truthfully, if the car in front of you does have ERS, they can make that pass pretty tough in a turn 1. Heading over a few laps later into lap 10, we do get a VSC that pops out. Looks like the official Klaus heads into the pits, might be struggling a little bit on the mediums. or he might have just had the instant reaction from the VSC to take the pits. But thankfully the VSC did not waste much time. Not even, I don't even think a lap later, we are going to end up going green. I was a little worried about my delta there going into the hairpin. As you can see, peak hour picks up a drive-through. That was one thing that we did not want to do, so we did lose a bit of time to the McLaren in front of us. But a few laps later, we're going to make the move pretty simply down into turn 1 with the DRS flap wide open. And we are up into P5 now. The medium runners in front of us have not pitted yet. You can see Rocketman does have a 3 seconds, so we will always keep that in the back of our head and try to maintain the 3-second gap so we can make that position up. Looks like the mediums are starting to fall off a little bit, so our hards are probably, I wouldn't say they're peaking at this point, but they're doing a little bit better than what the mediums are, and as you can see, we are gaining a few tenths each corner.
So everybody's in the pits,
heading into lap of 14, we end up moving up into P2 just because of pit stops and things of that nature. So now it's just chasing down the Mercedes in front of us. I would assume he's going to pit here in the next few laps, and as you can see in lap 16 now, we are in P1 of the race. LB the GOAT is gaining quite a lot of time on us on his fresh set of hards. So this is the time that we feel necessary to head into the box, and we are going to slap on a fresh set of medium tires. The soft tires here at Suzuka just degrade very, very quickly, so we felt the mediums, even though there is only 11 laps of racing left.
Come on, get me out.
As you can hear me, we are very eager to get out of the pits.
Get me out.
Trying to just not lose as many positions as we can. So we do come out, and we are going to settle into P7 as this Mercedes comes by us. Honestly, almost clips us and gives us a DNF. But now it's just a matter of using these mediums and trying to catch back up to the front of the field. Just one lap later, the Mercedes makes a bit of a mistake and goes a little bit wide, so we are going to turn on our battery down this back straight and make a simple move. Heading over a few laps later again, got the slipstream with the Haas. We're going to go side by side through these last few corners. And this was my fault. I do pinch him a little bit, as you can hear me say, just in the kind of midst of racing. I felt like he didn't leave me enough space, but looking back at it, I did not leave him enough space. I did pinch him. But we are into lap 19 now. We are going to make another move down the back straight. We did just set purple sector 1 and sector 2 on this lap. But a nice move down the inside and into the final few corners. We'll see if we can't put down a fastest lap of the race.
Sorry, Coma. Gotta go.
As you can hear me say, I apologize to the car behind me because we might have cost him a little bit of time, but we do need to get on a move here if we do want to save our race here. Lap 23 again, another simple move down the main straight into turn 1 with the DRS flap wide open. One thing to note now is the fuel light has come on now. It is yellow at the moment, and I am just now realizing this, so we are going to kind of work on fuel saving a little bit.
Thank God, this is going to save our fuel.
And a virtual safety car comes out in
we're just going to stay on track.
And as you can hear me say, thankfully this came out.
Or do we just throw on a fresh set of softs real quick?
Allow us to save a bit of fuel. We did think about putting on a fresh set of softs for the last few laps, but truthfully, we're just going to stay out on track. We're not going to lose any track position. VSC is going to end here just a few corners later.
This did not help us save fuel at all.
And because of that, as you can hear me say, we did not save any fuel.
So we have exactly 1 lap of fuel left.
Heading into lap 27 of 27, we do have exactly 1 lap of fuel left. So this could be a very interesting last lap. We have lost the 3-second gap to Rocket Man in front of us, so we are not going to gain that position. Most of this comes from trying to fuel save. So now our only hope really to secure that P2 spot would be if Rocket Man does end up making a mistake on this final lap. But just knowing what I know about Rocket Man, he is a pretty consistent driver, so I don't see that happening. We did break the 3-second barrier here for a little bit, but it's truthfully so touch and go. Each corner, it seems like I go below 3 seconds and then I go above 3 seconds. So we're just trying to push along, try to make sure that we have enough fuel for the car to cross the line. But truthfully, really happy with the drive here, coming from last.
It's going to start bogging out on me here in a second.
Securing a spot on the podium here, we believe.
Oh, I thought I was about to take a penalty.
You do hear us say there that we thought we were going to take a penalty there. I did think I was going to go off track there. And now I am just begging this Ferrari to make it across the line. It's going to be right at that 3-second mark as well, so we're going to try to take this last corner nice and tidy, and we get hit with the double whammy. We get a 3-second penalty,
and we're out of fuel,
and we run out of fuel.
No.
So we're just going to crawl across the line here. But due to the natural taking penalties, we are going to maintain our P3. So really happy with the drive here. Appreciate you guys watching. If you guys would, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys for the next video.